I'm trying to help people get jobs.
It's not going to be something that has like a giant reach, but if 100 people see that video and it's the exact people that you need,
right,
they're much more likely to sign up for getting the video course and get into your world. We're going to talk about resumes. Oh, snap. Look who it is.
Hey, Evan.
How you doing, Belinda?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. So Belinda's been a movement maker for over a year. And so as part of that, we're doing an IG Live bonus session together, which we've had to move around. We're supposed to do it on my anniversary. My assistant booked it on my anniversary. She's like, hey, Belinda, you mind if we switch this? Anyway, so Belinda's been amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you got? How can I help?
So I want to start with that. When I joined Movement Makers in October of last year, what I got wasn't what I expected. Because what I wanted initially when I joined, I was like, okay, I'm going to get a ton of followers. I'm going to get, everybody's going to know me, etc. But what I got was some relationships with some amazing, amazing human beings that I never would have met without being in Movement Makers that have changed my life. I've met people who are in Movement Makers. I've met people who I met through Movement Makers, and they're not in Movement Makers, but I met them. So I want to take a minute to say, Victor,
give some shout outs. We've got some people watching here. Who's specific? Let's see if they're live to give them some love.
Victor's probably asleep, so he should be asleep because it's 2 a.m. there. But Victor, Teron, Angela, Tessa Marie, Susie, Christina, Rosie, Yoko, Terry, TG. I mean, that's who I want to start with naming. Just those people have touched my lives and changed my life in a whole different direction. The Belinda last year is not the Belinda who's sitting here today with you. So I want to thank you for creating Movement Makers so I could connect with these people that I never would have ever met. None of them even live in Georgia. That's where I live. Some of them don't even live in the United States. And we talk every day. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for that. So thank you.
Cool. That's awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. I like that we can give some shout outs too.
Absolutely. So my question for you is that, so I have, I go consistently on YouTube, consistently on Instagram, all the platforms. Mm-hmm. What do you recommend? I wrote mine down. With new platforms constantly emerging, do you recommend going harder on those like Discord and less on Instagram and Facebook, or all of them equally if possible?
So who are you trying to reach again? I know it's HR services, but like who's your
my audience?
Yeah.
So my audience is, I'm trying to help people get jobs. I know that we are in the Great Resignation, but what I also know is that we won't always be in the Great Resignation, and that people will be looking for jobs again. People are looking for jobs now. So I'm trying to help them with their resume, the interview, and just even HR questions in general. That's my target audience. People looking for a job or want a new job.
Who ends up paying you? They do, or the company?
They do, because it's not a headhunter. So they do. So for example, like I have journals, I have books. I do have in Rocket Employment. We also do human resources. So we have companies that they hire us to be their human resource department. So, but that's separate than what I'm trying to reach as far as this too as well. Because a lot of people don't like their HR people. They're scared of HR. They're scared. And I want to show them that HR, we're people too. We're fun. You can reach out to us, how to help them be more successful in an interview or in anything.
And going into next year is to focus on more the individuals or more being the outsourced HR department?
More the individuals. The outside, HR outside is I'm good with that. I want to help the individuals, I want to help the companies, but I want to help the individuals.
Yeah. So, I love it. And you can tell the passion that you got. And also just seeing the journey too, from when you first started making videos to now, like, Belinda's spitting fire. Come on, let's go. Never seen anybody so excited about a resume. It's fantastic. I love it so much. You bring the heat, which is great. Okay. So the two things that come to mind, one is just the position of, because human resources. I forget what it says in your. What does it say? I guess you can't see your Instagram bio. I can't see it either because I'm live with you right now.
Resource consultant.
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like it feels corporate.
Okay.
If I'm looking, you just said people are scared of human resources.
Right. Right.
And your thing says human resources consultant. It feels like you're trying to sell to human resources as opposed to no, it's like I will help you get a job.
Right.
That's the thing. Like
okay.
Your job title, I would update it. I will help you find a job.
Okay.
Yeah. Helping you find a job.
Okay.
Like you speak direct, like think about the 10 people that you most recently helped. And because you're so genuine and caring and like don't make it scary in a scary industry. That's the vibe that should come out from the top, from the branding down. So like Belinda Harris, I will help you find a job.
Okay.
You know, and that's through so my last question, right? If you said, no, my goal for 2022 is I want to improve my HR to companies, then HR consultant is great, but it's scary. I think that's one.
Okay.
I think YouTube is great. Are you doing live or are you doing regular videos?
Just regular videos. I haven't done live on YouTube.
No, that's fine. I don't think you should. Some people are doing like live and go live everywhere. The biggest thing you get hired for is resumes?
And job coaching, and mainly people just buy my products, the books. So I got resume book and an interviewing book and 15 reasons why you didn't get hired. I have a 90-day to employment journal. So most people buy the products of that, which includes, sessions with me, things like that, where one-on-one, they buy the products and they get the one-on-one coaching.
So what's the biggest revenue driver for you?
And Rocket Employment?
Yeah, like the coaching, the books, what? What do you want to like really blow up?
I want to blow up the books, not necessarily the coaching, the books mainly. And
the book is going to teach me how to do my resume, how to do a good job interview, etc.
Well, it's 3 different books, and then there's a journal. The journal is, and I did a boot camp this past summer, so I did do a boot camp for some people. I did it twice. I put it on twice, a Zoom boot camp. So I'm just, for them to buy the products, I want to reach more people so I can help them. And then so I can have them not necessarily alive like this, because people do get intimidated when it's talking about interviewing, but to meet with them so I can help them improve their situation as it relates to work.
How much of the stuff that you teach changes year to year or quarter to quarter?
It doesn't, it just depends on when something new, a mandate happens. But for the most part, it's the same for a year, roughly.
Does it change that much? Like the job interview skills, does it really change from one year to the next?
Well, you may add because before we didn't do a lot of video interviews. And because of COVID, we're all now in the video. So that part changed. But like face-to-face, group, phone interview, that doesn't change. And resumes change a little. Like some people do 1 page, some people do 2, and I'm just trying to help nap. Some people do more than that, 3.
If people buy the book, what happens next?
If people buy the book, then they get put into our Facebook group where we can go live on training if they got questions. Okay, I read the book, I got a question on this, or I have an interview tomorrow. What do you think about this outfit? Things like that.
Rosie Rose just joined. Rosie, you got to go back and watch you got to watch the first 5 minutes of this live. Rosie, you got a special shout out there. Get some love from Belinda.
And I want to give one more shout out. One more to Nina. And I'm gonna tell you why. I don't know if you remember.
That's always a good strategy.
That's always a good strategy.
It's always a good strategy, yeah, for sure.
When I first joined in January, when you said we need to go live, we started doing videos. And Nina was in my group, my breakout group. And so everybody was like, well, when are you gonna go live? And so I was like, I don't know. Nina said, go live today. And I was like, today? And she was like, today, go live today. And because I told Nina I was going to go live, I went live. Now, it was horrible. I went on nervous. I don't even know what I said, but I had the courage to go live. And that was because of Nina was in the group saying, no, go live today.
There
so
we go.
Shout out to Nina for you. And I think I put that in the group and you gave her credit. That was, in January, but.
All right. I'll tell her to come back and watch this part. I like it. She's on a call with our accountants right now doing our taxes and all that stuff.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, that's everybody needs a Nina because that is not what I want to be doing. Cool. So two thoughts come to mind. One is I think what you do is packaged better as a video series than a book.
Okay.
Because one, you're great. Like your energy can't be contained in a book, Right. It can't be contained. You can't contain Belinda. We gotta see you doing your thing.
Right.
From the person who's so nervous to go on live now, just radiating energy. And I think there's too much, maybe on the resume writing, but on the interview skills, there's too much body language that's important, and there's too much like seeing the thing that matters. That if you're going to explain how to do a Zoom call interview, you can demo it so much better,
right?
Than write it in a book, right?
You're right.
Like pay attention to your background. You see how I have this whatever in my. Don't do that. Don't have your Raiders hat on while you're right. It's like, and you'll have fun with it a lot, and it's just so much easier than a book where you have to like spend paragraphs explaining something. So I think either it doesn't have to be like a 14-hour training on how to do job interviews, but those could easily be. How many different books do you have? 3 different books?
I have 3 different books and then a journal. One of them is 15 reasons why you didn't get hired, and then one's resume and one's interviewing. But I can make them a video series. Yeah. I mean, I've added since then.
I like it as a video series better. It could be one long video or like a 3-part video series or something, and that's what you're selling. You're selling the video training. It doesn't have to be too expensive, and you don't have to edit it or update it that much. Right. Maybe the Zoom one becomes its own training that you sell on top of it.
Okay.
Like there's a video that's just going to be talking about general tips for how to ace an interview. Mm-hmm. That's going to be whatever, $47.
Right.
And then you have your Zoom specific one. Oh, you're getting hired on Zoom? Okay, here's what you really need to make sure that you're doing, right? And all your thoughts on like custom backgrounds and lighting and whatever it needs to get done, that you see all the horror stories of people
I do. And
trying to figure it out. Yeah. And so that's where you could, like, I think you would do so well at demoing them. You show up and like, and have fun with it, that you'll make them laugh, because it's so boring. HR, like getting hired is scary, but it's also boring. So when you show up and it's all dark and you can't see your face, or like the window's wide open and then you can't see your face because it's too bright behind you, or you're showing up in your pajamas, stuff like that. Like basics, but this is why people are not getting hired. They're making really basic mistakes because they're not in HR and they don't understand what people are looking for. I think you could really have fun with it, and what are the 15 reasons why people aren't getting hired?
15 reasons why you did not get hired. Yeah,
like demo those 15 things and make me laugh at it, and then I'm gonna realize, you know what? I'm probably doing 3 of those things. Right? I'm curious to watch your Zoom training and see what I'm messing up maybe on when I'm doing my interviews and stuff. And you have fun. You can have like, make sure you're wearing pants, so when you stand up in case something happens, Yeah, I think you could really have fun with it, and it'll be entertaining as well as impactful. Just knowing your energy and the vibe, and seeing. I haven't seen all your stuff, but every time I watch your videos, like, whoa, Belinda in the house. We're going to talk about resumes. It's amazing. I love it. I wish everybody like took that energy and passion into their business and their content. I think a video series instead of the book. That's the thing that you sell. You can sell it for a little bit more than you can sell a book. And I think it's just going to give them much more value by you. You can even role play with somebody, like role play with yourself if you have a little editing. Or role play with a friend who's going to come on and again, it could be funny, right? So when somebody says, okay, tell me about myself, tell me about yourself. And then you can role play and just be like, well, I don't know, and you just do all the mistakes, right?
Right.
Even those questions, like people don't even know what questions are about to get asked, and they show up completely unprepared, right? I mean, you know all this, but demoing what not to do. Like one of the best things that Alex does at Toronto Dance Salsa, when we're teaching a new move, before he teaches how to do it, he'll show what people are doing wrong and how bad it looks.
Right.
And then everybody laughs. He's like, okay, don't do this because here's how bad it looks, right? And instead, here's how you fix it. And it's just a matter of, moving your arm in a different position because he's teaching dance. But same thing, like when you show up and you do this, they may not be thinking about it, but here's how bad it looks. And here's what's going on in the head. So we're laughing, we're having fun, and then you're teaching me, what to say. What's your biggest weakness?
Right.
I'm a perfectionist. Like all of the stuff that people, struggle with. Yeah. So step one, videos we're selling. It doesn't have to take you an incredible amount of time to go and film. It doesn't have to be the most fanciest things. Just do you. Like what you're doing on Instagram is already great.
Okay.
I think YouTube can be a good lead gen for you. It's keyword driven and search topic driven. So you want to be making videos like how to get hired, how to ace the interview, how to look at all the how-tos around, like somebody's probably not going to subscribe to your channel. And that's not really the goal.
Right.
Like if somebody subscribed in your channel for 4 years and keep watching your videos, it's like, that's maybe a problem, right? It's like, if you still haven't learned how to ace your job interview, I was going through this. There was a guy who does helping people pass their driving test.
Mm-hmm.
And the strategy we came up with is, hey, you don't want somebody to subscribe to your channel. You don't need 1 million subscribers. Like that's a problem. Right. You got to pass your test, and then they don't deal with you anymore. Right. Now, maybe in 5 years or whatever, they're getting promoted. They haven't, maybe they come back, but it's a totally different thing than wanting people to watch every video. So for him, it's making videos for every state, like how to pass a driving test in California, and 98% of the stuff is exactly the same.
Right.
But there's that 2% that's different, and people feel that it's customized for them.
Right.
So you could talk about how to ace the job interview in accounting, in nursing, in the restaurant business, in like all of the industries that you feel are really hiring right now, and people are just screwing up on their interviews. All of those become keywords that if 100 people see that video, it's not going to be something that has like a giant reach, but if 100 people see that video and it's the exact people that you need, they're much more likely to sign up for getting the video course and get into your world. So it's thinking more search and going specific into niches. Mm-hmm. And if there is any differences, like industry is one, age or gender, like how to get hired as a woman. Right. there may not be that much of a difference, or maybe it's like a totally different ball game. Right. But as many differences as you can think of, and each of those become their own specific video. Okay. Where, if I was a business plan consultant, I could just write how to write a business plan. But if I wrote how to write a business plan for a consultant, or how to write a business plan for the restaurant industry, or how to write, it's just, you're going to get those people coming in like, ooh, this one is right for me. Because there's lots of videos about how to ace an interview, but going niche and specific, probably not that many. And I think that's where you could crush it. Okay. So around interview, around resume, and what's the third category?
Just interview, resume. The third book is 15 Reasons Why You Didn't Get Hired. And the journal is mainly for accountability, because people don't stay accountable when they're looking for a job. I found, and that this journal helps you stay what you should be doing, how to, you should be writing your jobs down, when to follow up, things like that. So then the journal.
Is there a gender difference for any of this stuff?
For right now, I don't have a gender difference.
But is there is there any different advice for men writing a resume versus women writing a resume?
No.
Good. Industry specific advice?
Yeah, there's difference.
Anything else besides industry that you can split up?
Yeah, industry, age. Absolutely. Age. Yeah, age. That's huge. Just culture. I mean, and cultural. That's huge.
Yeah, I mean, cultural. So like what would be different?
For example, I mean, just to know the culture of when you're going into a different, read the room. That's what I call it. Read the room, look around, do research of what the company is looking for, what they have already, so that when you don't go in and oversell, undersell, or be way off the mark. You know, for example, some people love tattoos and earrings. So if you're conservative and you don't believe in all that, then you wouldn't you wouldn't do well in a company who has that. On the flip side, if you believe in tattoos and earrings and all that, you wouldn't go into a conservative company. So it's reading the room as far as how would you deal with that. Like, I have tattoos, but if I went for an interview, I cover my tattoos up.
What's your tattoo of, Belinda?
So I have 3. One says Lady. I have 4. One says Lady B, which is when I was in high school, I wanted to be a rapper. So that was going to be my rap name, Lady B.
There you go, Lady B.
The other one's my grandmother's name when she passed away. So it's Gladys Walker. And then I have, when my dog passed away, Charles Ingalls. I remember when you told that story of your dog, remember? I felt that. So it's Charles Ingalls. And then the other leg says Rocket Science HR and Rocket Employment. Those are my 2 companies.
I like it. Yeah. I mean, I've made videos through everything, broken neck, concussion, everything, except when my family dog died. That was the only week where I didn't record new videos because it just, dog people get it. Other people's like, what? That makes no sense. But no, it's family.
I feel you. Yes.
Yes. Okay. So things like, if a mom took some time off to be a mom and then is coming back into the workplace and has a gap on her resume.
Absolutely. That's a good one. Yeah.
What do we do? Right? Like that's a video, right? Okay. That's a video. So all of those specifics now become individual videos instead of being just general tips, because you'll also start to get bored of making the same video 1,000 times.
Right.
So go specific to whatever problems are coming up and think about your current clients or the people who are you're talking to. What are they struggling with?
Right.
Who are they? You know, even identifying the company, like how do you, you talked about culture fit, just identifying what company would even hire you. Like maybe you're underqualified, maybe you're overqualified, maybe you wouldn't even want to have a job here if they did hire you.
Right. 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 I say that. Yes, absolutely.
But so how do you help people identify which jobs are even a good fit for them?
Right.
Right. Yeah, so any of those specifics, I think, could be fantastic videos that then lead people into the videos. So at videos now we're charging more, right? Okay. So now it's not, I don't know how much your book is selling for, but you can charge more for a video, whether it's $47, $97 to watch the video training of how to do it. You're going to have more fun doing it. It's going to have entertainment attached to it.
Right.
The other thing that I just want to put on your radar is I'd love to think of what happens after that we can keep them so that they're not just like a $97 product or a $47 product once every like 4 years is not a great business model. You have to go broad, like you got to, and it's good because you have a topic that can go broad because America needs jobs, right? So that's fantastic. But I'd love to think of the people who've come through you, they probably love you, right? I mean, you help them, you encourage them. You're not just telling them, like, a session with you is not going to be, wow, Evan, you suck. Like, that was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life. Nobody's ever going to hire you. You know, like, you'll give them the truth. It's fine. You know, Lady B is going to come up and spit some truth. But there's going to be a lot of...
in a way.
Exactly. Like, this, it's like, hey, I want you to win. There's going to be a lot of love and care and support. And so, like, people love you. I could see them just loving you. But then what happens after in that, well, somebody knows you, loves you. Sure, they might refer business onto you, but could you help them get promoted?
Right.
Could you help them, like if you're talking about accountability being an issue, could you help them stay consistent on their like work tasks or goals, right? Like I think there's a model to you're hitting people when they have the least amount of money because they don't have a job.
Right. Right.
You're going to help them make money.
Right.
And get a job.
Right.
But that's when now we shut off our services to say, okay, we're done with you.
Right.
Good luck. Like, hey, right. So now that they're actually making money, what could we do to help them make even more money? Like, you're giving a really practical thing. Like, I will help you make money at this next job because you have not been hired. So now how do we extend the value chain? Like, what becomes their goals? Have you talked to people after, like, a 1 year later, what their goals are, what they're working on?
And it's exactly what you said. Once you help them and they get a job, they go on. So they keep in touch, but they may ask me some HR questions, but I haven't done like what you're saying. Like, this is what I think you should do. You want to ask for a raise or promotion time, or where are you with your goal? Right.
How do I get a raise?
Right.
That's a conversation everybody needs to be prepared for.
Right.
Which you could help with, and they're totally unprepared for it.
Right.
How do I get promoted? How do I get a raise? How do I prepare for my annual review?
Right. Right.
And if you're going down the accountability journaling side, just staying consistent on whatever needs to get done in the work. How do I manage the relationships and deal with the politics in this organization?
Right. Right. I need,
Like, you're doing the hardest thing. It's just acquiring a new customer, and then you just let them go and do their thing when now they're actually making money. But it's still like, you could make them, if they learned all this stuff, they could be making way more money.
Right. Right. That's true.
Whether it's coaching or group coaching, like, I don't know if you want to have individuals coming to you, or group coaching like Movement Makers, or just more videos that you're now selling. Like, the one-on-one is to get the job. That's great. The 201 is now all the things you need to do to get the promotion and get more money at the job.
Right. Right. Right.
Like, I think if you made a video, how many people have come through your company? Like, how many people have you helped?
I've helped a lot of people. I don't have the number in front of me, but I have helped a lot of people.
Like, if you made a video series, a video training, that's $97 that says, hey, or, I mean, it could be more. It's like how to get a raise. That could be depending on how much you're going to put into it. If it's like a 10-minute video, it's going to be a little harder. But if you're going to put more in and do demos and samples and like, here's how to position it and all that stuff, you made a legit training on it, and you went to all of your past people and said, hey, if you want to learn how to get a raise, here's what's next. They love you. They got a job because of you. Right. And they're probably all asking that question. It's like, hey, I'd like to get a raise. It's like, come on, I'm putting my soul into this company. Where's my raise at, yo?
That's right.
I think a good chunk of people pick you up on that offer.
Okay.
Don't you?
Yeah, no, I agree. I haven't even, you're enlightening me. I didn't even think past, because you're exactly right. If I got one customer, instead of keep trying to get new ones, I can continue to serve the customers that I had already, in addition to getting
because they still need help, and you can still help them, right? It's not like that is a question that you don't know, you don't have the answers to.
Right. That's correct. That's true.
And they're also, I mean, if somebody ends up going into HR and then they have HR issues, okay, maybe. But I think this is how to get a raise, how to handle performance reviews, how to handle office politics, how to make your boss look good. Like, there's a handful of issues that you could easily make some video training on in the same style, make it fun, make it like how to ask for a raise in a terrible way. It's like, hey, I want a raise. I'm pouring my face into this company. Give me my raise, and like smash the table or something.
Right.
I think you can have fun with that. Like, turn over the table, but and then like, okay, here's how you should do it. And it actually starts before you go in and ask for the raise. It's the 3-month lead up to that.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
All of that stuff that they're not even thinking of, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think that could really explode the business. That's probably where I would even start, because you have people who already love you.
Right.
Yuko in the house. Yuko, you got to go back and watch the beginning. You got to shout out. You got to go watch what Lady B said about you. Lady B might stick. I like that. I like Lady B. I like Lady B. Well, you're basically just spitting bars now on Instagram and YouTube. Yeah, I think that's an immediate revenue source for you, to make a list of all the people that you've helped over the past X number of years, and make the how to get a raise video series, video training that you're going to sell.
Okay.
and then whatever else they might need. So you have more cash flow coming in. And then to get people into the funnel, to get people to know about you, it's the specific YouTube videos around topics.
Okay.
You know, very specific industries, moms coming back to the workplace, any other specific topic you can think of. And then you're selling a video series of how to, instead of books, you're selling video series.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Thank you.
You got some homework. You got some
Yes,
homework.
I do. I have a lot of homework.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
I'm excited to see what you do with all this.
Yeah,
This
absolutely.
is great. This is great.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So, thank you again for your patience and like moving things around. I'll go tell Nina to go watch the shout out part again. She's going to like that.
Yeah.
And we'll see you tomorrow. Movie makers.
Thursday.
Let's go.
All right. All right.
All right.
Believe,
Much love.
right?
Believe. Let's go, Belinda.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Take care.
All right. Bye-bye.
Cheers.
If you want to see another awesome one-on-one I did with an entrepreneur just like you, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.
When you grow up like I did early on, you're taught to survive. And as a result, because you're taught to survive in such a way that you can get manipulative.